German footwear brand Birkenstock is gearing up for an IPO. The company plans to offer 10.75 million shares, ranging from $44 to $49 a share. Now, this comes after a slew of other companies like Arm and Instacart have recently entered the market. Brooke De Palma is here with why Birkenstock could be the real test if the IPO market is back. What say you, Brooke?
Good morning, Rochelle. That's right. The 250-year-old shoe brand Birkenstock is getting ready to enter the public markets, and all eyes are on this company after a slew, as you mentioned, of other companies that have gone public so far this year. And on the high end, Birkenstock could raise roughly $1.58 billion in this public debut. Now, when combined with outstanding shares after the completion of this offering, that could put Birkenstock's total valuation at, get this, $9.2 billion. Now, one expert telling me that Birkenstock better have what he said was a very good story to persuade investors that there really are great things coming and in the pipeline for this company that are worth paying for. But as you see here, Birkenstock is the latest company to enter the public markets after a very long dry spell. Earlier this year, we saw investors flock to Klaviyo, England-based tech company Arm, Mediterranean fast casual chain Cava, as well as grocery delivery service company Instacart, many soaring in their IPOs, moving beyond these pre-IPO target valuations that you see on the screen. But one expert telling me that after such a long period, roughly 18 months, where we saw that dry spell in the IPO market, these are trailblazers. And he said that many of them are going to face a lot of scrutiny, and we're certainly seeing that play out now. Shares of Arm, shares of Instacart, and shares of Cava all down since their IPO debut. And that expert calling Birkenstock, once again, the real test here. eToro global market strategist Ben Lader saying, Birkenstock could be different. He said that it hasn't been publicly listed before like Arm. Birkenstock is less well known, and it doesn't have the obvious valuation cut that Instacart had from 2021 to when it recently debuted last month. So maybe this is the real test as to whether or not the IPO market is coming back and reopening for real, or whether what he said, this was just all a false storm. And so many investors on the street watching this IPO very closely.
Indeed. I mean, investors looking at these sexy, tech IPOs, but then you have Birkenstock. But then how does Birkenstock compare to other shoe brands that are in the US?
Yeah, well, many people that I spoke to also said that that could be a sweet spot here, and that Birkenstock is unique in the sense where it is a shoe brand at the end of the day. Of course, earlier this summer, we saw Birkenstock get a lot of buzz during the closing scene of Barbie, where Barbie walked out in her pink Birkenstocks. And when you think about other sneaker companies here in the U.S., I think of Crocs, I think of Nike. Both have performed very well since their IPO debut, and especially in the last 5 years. And so he said that maybe this will hit a sweet spot with investors. Both Crocs and Nike have done well year to date. And so certainly this could be a new opportunity, perhaps a different offering for investors here in the U.S. And it's important to note that Birkenstock is Germany based. And so perhaps this will be interesting to see the way this plays out in this U.S. IPO market.
Indeed. Get used to saying Birkenstock stock. That'll be a fun time. Brooke De Palma, thank you so much.